Howdy folks, John from Thomas Music Guitars. We got a lot going on in the shop today. I have a customer, a good customer, who wants this bridge, Illuminati, an Illuma Crown high performance aluminum bridge. So here it is. It's a standard bridge, like a flat top style bridge, and it's got this style saddle. It's pretty common. So he wants it on this guitar that originally had one of these hip shot bridges, and it has a couple of studs that mount it like that. So what he wants is that bridge on it. So in order to get this right, we have to put a spacer underneath the bridge, and we'll go about 90 thousandths. I already measured it with a straight edge to the top of the saddle, so we're going to go about 90 thousandths, and then we'll center it up. I already figured out where it needs to go. This is a 25-inch scale, so this one's going to end up about with the front edge about 1/8 of an inch in front of the hole, the stud holes that are drilled there. So about right there, and it'll just catch those inside holes, or outside holes will just catch that plate and go through it. So it'll go through our spacer into this, and then it's through the body. So I'm going to have to mark those, drill them out, and then put some ferrules on the back and set it up. She'll be ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Now it's going to have these holes, and I don't think that'll be too objectionable. And our customer is very creative, and I'm sure he'll figure out a nice green way to fill up those holes or make them a feature. All right. So if you want to see me work on this Illuminati, I'll make the spacer and I'll drill out the holes. If that interests you, then click that subscribe button and like this video, and we'll get to town. Keep watching. Right now, I'm gonna go put on my my long johns and my coveralls, because it's single digits outside, and I'm going to need to go out into the wood shop to complete a lot of this. Lots going on here. We got a couple of these. They just got back from paint. I had these at a secret off-site location where I could spray the lacquer finish on them. Look at that. That's a dirty burst right there. Cherry. I call that a dirty burst, and that's copper shaving inlays covered with epoxy. Some mother of toilet seat binding all around it. Fancy, fancy. All right, folks, stick with me, and we will zip out to the Arctic, cold, freezing shop. All right, peace. All right, folks, here we are in the shop. Got the heater going. It's 8 big degrees out. You don't need no more. 8's plenty. Woo! It's cold in here. All right. So it'll warm up here shortly. So I got a piece of 090 aluminum, and here's our bridge. So what I'm going to do is cut the spacer out to the same size as the bottom plate on this bridge. I'm gonna do that on my bandsaw. Get you in for a little close-up. Shazam. All right, let's clean it up. All right, nice part about that operation is it heats up the aluminum. And yeah, on a day like today, it's a very welcome thing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is transfer the hole pattern from this onto this. And I won't need to do the whole slot. I'm just going to lean towards the inside of this and put my hole there. So I'll do that on the drill. So I'm going to lay it out and then we'll bust out to the drill. I'm going through here with 3/16 holes. So all we need is clearance. So that's a 3/16 drill bit, and that'll be plenty. The holes that we put through the body will be 1/8 of an inch. For the string through. And then the other 3 holes, these 3 holes towards the bottom, are the actual bridge mounting screw through holes. All right. Okay, I got my parallels set up on my drill press here, and I have an 1/8 inch bit in there, and what we're going to do is carefully move the guitar into position. I've laid out the 6 string through placements. There's the first one, and there's the last one. So I'm going to drill this one all the way through and this one all the way through. And these middle ones, these middle 4, I'll only drill maybe a little more than halfway through. Got to go a little further with that first one. There we go. All the way through. Okay, so I mounted the bridge to the back through those two outer holes that I drilled all the way through with a couple of little screws that fit, and that located my 1, 2, 3, 4 center holes. So I'm going to take these little screws out and bring it over to the drill press and drill these through to meet the other holes that I already drilled through halfway. Good timing. We're going to have to reposition the table just a little bit so we can catch that last hole. And the reason I'm using these parallels is because we still have a bunch of features on the front of the guitar here that are keeping us from laying it flat. Let's see if we can grab this last one now. Looking good. All right, that was exciting. All right, back inside. Woo, it's chilly out there. Okay, so I've got my my ferrule tool here all lined up with our holes, and I drill 1/4-inch holes, and my tool is made out of 1/2-inch thick aluminum, and my ferrules are 0.255 OD. So I drill the holes 0.250, and that gives me 5/1000ths of press fit when I press them in. So I've already drilled through my ferrule tool, and now let's take this off. The ferrule tool rests directly against the wood, so that helps minimize any tear out that you might get from a bit, but make sure you use a nice sharp bit. I like brad point, and that looks real nice. And I use that ferrule tool because it puts these holes exactly in line. How many times have you seen these homemade things with holes going all over the place? That's a big no-no. We want everything to look professional. Now, that center piece of maple isn't exactly on center, but I know that I placed that bridge dead center of where the neck is. So this is just part of the build quality. That has nothing to do with the placement of our bridge. All right, so these usually pop in pretty easy with just a little bit of hammering. Let's give it a shot. Let's make sure we're resting on something nice and soft down there. Yep, looks good. Nice. And you could press these in. You could bring those out to the drill press and, you know, take your drill bit out, tighten up your chuck all the way, give them a nice press in, or you could put a piece of dowel inside, you know, in your drill press and press them in that way. That would work. I've done all those things. All right, there you have it. Ferrules sorted. All right, so now all that's left to do is put it all together. We've got our spacer. It's going to go right here. Our bridge is going to go right on top of it. We'll start with our center screw, and I've waxed these screws previously. Make sure you wax every screw. I think I got a video up there about that. Wax every screw. And I've had some, I learned a hard lesson about waxing screws. So I make a point of waxing every screw. All right. So there we have it. Now I can continue with the rest of this setup. All right, I'm going to do that and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so here we are, folks. She's all strung up. Looks as you'd expect. It's got great action. Guitar plays beautifully. And it intonates really nice. So that's the Illuminati Guitar Company bridge installation. Hope you have a good one, and hope you're having a great day and staying warm. And remember, every machine is a smoke machine if you don't use it properly. Peace out.